dirty deeds and the dirty... Oh, hey, hi there. That's a little embarrassing. Oh, sorry about that. Well, hey, welcome. Fair warning, you might be entering something like the Twilight Zone tonight, so just be aware. Actually, where is everybody?
Oh, Matthew, I'm here.
Oh!
I'm here. I didn't make it. I'm ready.
Well, that's great, because you're the host, and we started like a few minutes ago.
Whoa. Wait a minute. You said host?
Yeah, host. That's
No.
what I called you for.
I thought you said post, like to promote the show on social media?
Oh, no.
Host. Oh, I came to enjoy the show. I've got my popcorn. I've got my soda. But you need a host?
Yes, if you don't mind. I mean, do you think you can do it?
I got you covered, man.
Okay.
I'm good.
But before,
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, looks like you might have hurt yourself.
Okay, you know what? A quick note. Sign of the times. I actually donated blood today. All right? Yeah.
Awesome.
Because there's going to be this need when all the elected surgeries come back in, and there's going to be a need. So I thought I can do that. But I tell you what, I'm feeling good. I'm pumped.
Okay.
But I'm glad you're here just in case.
Okay, yeah, because I can go back to singing, even though I think your son doesn't like it.
No, I better host. I
Oh,
better host.
Okay. I'll go. Hey, can I have some popcorn?
Yeah, dude, go for it. Thank you. All right, awesome.
Thank
All right, yeah, Matt. Hey, everybody, welcome once again to the first ever virtual edition of Christ Lutherans Got Talent. I'll be your host for the evening, Jeff Hansen. Now listen, I know it's hard, right? It's hard to not be together in person to enjoy and celebrate all of the talent that we have here at Christ Lutheran Church. But this is what we do. We modify, we adapt. What we have for you this evening is about a full hour of previously recorded talents that are being live hosted and live streamed for your enjoyment. Throughout this time, I hope you find opportunities to laugh, to cry, and there may be multiple reasons why you might want to cry. But through it all, I just hope that for you it is a distraction, right? And now why are we doing this? Well, it's for that reason primarily, to have fun. But secondly, and also very importantly, the talent show was initially planned to be an in-person event in March. And the purpose of the talent show was to be a fundraiser, to raise monies to support youth mission trips that were scheduled for the summer. Of course, now those mission trips have been canceled, and we can't do this show in person, but we still want to provide you the opportunity to support the youth ministry here at Christ Lutheran Church. In fact, when we get to a point when we're past self-isolation and the time is right, we want to have a big event for the youth. I know that Matthew and the staff, they're working on it right now. So if you want to support that, we would welcome that. There's many ways, many opportunities to donate online for the youth ministry. Or if you prefer to do that in person, write a check and drop it off during our drive-through hours, you can do that too. Just make sure that you note youth ministry on the memo line. Okay, enough business right now. Okay, I'm ready to get going. Are you? So I need to go pull a few things together, okay? You sit back, relax, and let's get this party started.
Party rockers in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we're gonna make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Party rockers in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we're gonna make you lose your mind. Everybody just shake that.
So, interestingly, I have been told that will now be our official prelude music for the contemporary worship service. Aren't you excited? All right. Thanks, worship leader Tracy Perry, for getting us kick-started. Now, the next performer that you are about to see, by some estimates, has become a worldwide sensation during the pandemic. You may, and let me stress, may find the following piece educational and entertaining. Well, at least a distraction. Roll video.
Well, good evening. Really excited to be with you here tonight. I was glad when I heard that Matthew was putting together this night. Unfortunately, what I thought I heard was that this was the talentless night, and I have got so much talentless going for me. I was disappointed when I discovered it was actually a talent show, not a talentless show, but oh well. I'm going to be doing some little musical interludes during our evening. I have, for the last 7-8 weeks, I have been doing Children's Chapel every Wednesday morning, a live stream. And I decided early on to sort of use an animal theme each week, to pick an animal and then to sing a little song about an animal, to write a song. And I started with grizzly bears. I didn't have a song that went with a grizzly bear. I wasn't thinking about a song at that point. But then the next week was a mountain goat, so I had a little mountain goat song. I had a border collie song I did the next week. But what I'm going to do for you tonight are my last 4 songs. You know, little did I know when I started doing this that this was going to become this was simply going to go viral and become a worldwide phenomenon. I now have in upwards of 25 viewers. They're in Minnesota, they're in Munich, Germany. I'm talking a worldwide phenomenon. And I think you'll see with the quality of the music you're going to hear tonight is really something special. So I want to begin with a little song I wrote. I called this the Wolf Song. What's that sound? It's all around. What's that song I'm hearing? It's not an owl, not a waterfowl. Listen close, it's a wolf's howl. It's more than sound, it says we're bound, keeps them close together. Let's hear you now so we can stay close to one another. What's that sound? It's all around. What's that sound I'm hearing? It's not an owl, not a waterfowl. Listen close, it's a wolf's howl. A wolf's howl. The Wolf Song.
We now take a break from our scheduled entertainment for a breaking news story. Our super observant and hyper vigilant, or perhaps just hyper, investigative reporter here at CLC, Quinn Hansen, has completed a months-long examination into some of the more curious members of the church. The findings are astounding. His report follows.
Quinn Hansen has been meticulously researching various people at Christ Lutheran Church and believes that there are movie stars secretly hiding in Christ Lutheran Church. See for yourself.
Is it Jim Medlin?
Is that Jim Medlin?
Or is it John Hammond in Jurassic Park?
Ooh, it looks very much like John Hammond from Jurassic Park. Person 2.
Is that Alan Perry?
That looks like the Holland Perry that we know.
Or is that Ray from Star Wars?
But is it really Ray from Star Wars? Person 3 and 4.
Is it Matthew Thornton, Matthew Tyler?
Okay, we believe we know who Matthew and Matthew are, but...
Or is it Hanzela and Chewbacca?
Ah, the height difference, I see. There's a lot of hair, though, there. 4.
Is that Daniel Southern?
Is it Daniel Southard, or...
Or is it Marty McFly from Back to...
Marty McFly from Back to the Future. And finally, The big reveal. Do we have secret movie stars at Christ Lutheran Church? Is it?
Really, Pastor Ralph? Is that really Pastor Ralph?
Is that really Pastor Ralph?
Or is it?
Or is it?
Dr. Ralph from Back to the Future.
Because let's be honest, we all have seen Ralph with that expression on his face. Oh no. There we go. Quinn, are those the ones that you have spotted so far?
Yes.
But there might be others, right?
Yeah.
So look for the next installment of Are There Really Movie Stars at Christ Lutheran Church? Expose by Quinn Hansen, Part 2, coming soon to you.
I cannot wait to see what that guy comes up with next. He's going to keep digging. You better watch your back. All right. Now, interestingly enough, along those very lines, I came across something just fascinating the other day. I actually found one of our church members listed in the dictionary. Yeah, I'm not joking. Now, I don't think it was the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Is probably some second-rate, thing on the internet. But hey, it was on the internet, so it's got to be legit, right? So here's what I was doing, and you should check this out too. I was looking up the word energetic. This was to help my son on an English assignment. So we looked up energetic, adjective, showing or involving great activity or vitality. Example, the dancers gave an energetic performance. Well, he's a very energetic guy, isn't he? And then references and other examples, long list. Then, 3 up from the bottom, do you know what I saw? Kristen Moltene. It said, see, Kristen Moltene. I'm not kidding. And it's true, right? I mean, how much energy can one person have contained in that small of a body, right? She's always on the go. Is there anything that she can't do? But I bet you have not seen this talent that she has. Roll video.
Hi, it's Kristen Moltene. I've been studying the violin for 2 years since I retired, and this will be my first public performance. It's nice to not be live. So this is Seitz Concerto Number 1.
Wow. Picking up the violin in the space of only 2 years. Can you believe it? Fantastic. I mean, if I were to pick up a violin now, I would just have to put it right back down. But now you, Chris, you got it. Thanks for sharing. That was awesome. Okay, everyone, are you ready? It's the first part of our evening where we're going to have viewer participation, all right? I have a challenge for you. Consider this the part of the evening as kind of like our version of The Masked Singer, all right? The challenge to you is to see if you can guess who the next two performers are. It's a tough one. Give it a shot. Roll video.
Snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now let it go. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I am one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. Here I stand, here I stay. Let the storm rage on.
Well, first of all, quick break in the action here. We're getting some reports from some viewers that there may be a slight delay in the audio versus the video. If that's happening with you, maybe try to restart. Just go out and link back in and see if that resolves it. We've heard that it does, so give that a shot. So now, were you able to guess correctly who our mystery performers were? I wonder how many of you did. Well, a big time thanks to Sierra Thomas and Riley Reed for that very inventive and somewhat disturbing performance. Thank you, girls. All right. So, again, tough times that we're living in right now. And what is it that all good Lutherans could use at this moment to help us get through? That's right, a little guidance from our own friendly and helpful nun. Yes, you heard me correctly, our own nun. I think some words of advice might be appropriate for right about now. Let's take a look.
Hello there, Christ Lutheran. I have been asked to spend a little time telling you about my time in the convent. Much more time than you'd expect for a Lutheran girl. 7 runs. Most of the time up on that hill where you climb every mountain and ford every stream. I also spent a lot of time in Hoboken, New Jersey, where we were doing lots of fundraising. And I hope you are not trying to bury some dead nuns over Vichy Soir. Anyway, I want to tell you about one of my favorite, Sister Mary Amnesia. She forgot where she was from when she fell off a truck. But she could sing. I'd like to be a country singer like Loretta Lynn with a deluxe Winnebago that I could travel in. I'd have wigs like Dolly Parton. Oh, forgive me, brother, for I have sinned. Yeah. Go do 5 Hail Marys and climb that mountain again. Well, I know that most of you have wanted to see Sister Mary Lazarus. Sister Mary Lazarus has been around the block. So, that's a hip hop, hippity a ding dong dippity dee. I'm a celibate sister, but I'm hot as a blister, so hang on to your rosary. Now I may be a fossil, but my skills are colossal. I rock the mic just like an apostle, and I won't stop till your doubts go pop, and I take you over the top. We got Nat, Mark, Luke, John, those boys are pros, and it ain't no con, so party on till the break of dawn, like a Sync Funkadilla or Gasmatron. See you on the mountain.
Thank you so much for taking a break from the convent, Lark. Although I have to say, with you being the financial coordinator here at the church, and with me now serving as treasurer, there could be some cause for concern about the overall management of things here at the church, so we should be maybe a little forewarned about that. Okay, well, here again for another musical interlude, Pastor Ralph.
Well, after the success of the Wolf Song, I knew I was committed in each of the following weeks. And for the next creature, I told kids a little story about our family hiking up in a Canadian national park, Kootenay National Park, just outside of Banff National Park. Actually, this park sits in British Columbia. And I told a story about an encounter that we had one evening with an animal that had a really, really scary noise it made. And it was a porcupine. I've actually told a story in a sermon about that. So this was the porcupine song. And I think it's safe to say that this was the song that really catapulted me to the worldwide following that I garnered. I got a lot of response on the Porcupine song. This song's got kind of in a minor chord. It was a little bit of a foreboding feel. Also a little kind of country western thing. Well, I say porky, you say pine. Porcupine, porcupine. I say porky, you say pine. Porcupine, porcupine. Well, a porcupine's such a little critter. Think they'd be easy to get. But if you try to grab that porcupine, you won't feel too fine. Oh, you say porky, I say pine. Porcupine, porcupine. Well, I say porky, you say pine. Porcupine, porcupine. God made them and they're really cool. Touch them, you'd be a fool. Let them go on their merry way. Step back and say good day. I say porky, you say pine. Porcupine, porcupine. Well, I say porky, you say pine. Porcupine, porcupine. Porcupine, porcupine. I say porky, you say pine. Porcupine, porcupine. Well, I say porky, you say pine. Porcupine, porcupine. Porky, porky. That, my friends, is the Porcupine song.
I don't know what to say. That is just something that you will not be able to unhear. And I wasn't supposed to say this, but I'm sorry. I am. So it's my understanding that church staff these days, as they walk past Ralph's office, all they can do is shake their heads, because really, there's nothing much you can say. And thinking of that, thinking of staff, thinking of work, again, super challenging times, right? I know. Some people are out of work, others temporarily so. Those who still can work might be working from home. The kids are in school at the kitchen table, right where I want to have my coffee and read the paper by myself in the morning just for... sorry. Sorry. The point is, it's tough, right? So what do? We have to change it up. We've got some really cool examples of how that's being done these days. And here's a really good one by one of our stellar teachers here at Christ Lutheran Church. Hannah Engstrom is going to show you something that she's been doing. Hannah, how's the weather?
Good morning. This is Mrs. Engstrom reporting from Pioneer Park in Stillicum, Washington. Our weather forecast for today, it is currently a temperature of 63 degrees and beautiful sunny. The high today will be at 78 degrees, and if you want to come out and watch a beautiful sunset here at Pioneer Orchard Park, this would be a wonderful place to do it. Sunset tonight will happen at 8:31 p.m. The forecast for the coming week, we're going to have a beautiful weekend. Well, partly sunny anyways. There'll be some clouds. And then on Monday, the clouds will start to roll in. Tuesday and Wednesday, we should see a few showers, but you know, that's pretty typical. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our weather forecast today. The weather forecast was brought to you by the letter W. Back to you, Bob.
So she doesn't know this yet, but I understand that some of the parents of Hannah's students have requested that she keep teaching like that into the next year. So let's be ready for that. Okay, so this is a tough one for me because for many of us, one of the hardest things about the pandemic is the lack of sporting events, right? I mean, this is something that a lot of us have enjoyed doing, and we just don't have the opportunity to do that right now, and it's really hard. Which is why, though, I was so happy when I saw Eli Olmsted's contribution to our talent show this evening. Eli, take us to the ballpark, buddy.
Go. Hello, my name is Eli Olmsted, and I'm going to be playing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Play ball!
Thank you so much, Eli. Although, I'm getting really hungry for some Cracker Jacks right about now, I'll tell you that much. Yep. All right, really quick break here. We're about halfway through. Want to remind everyone, again, we're here to have fun this evening, but also, if you're able, we're raising funds for a big end of self-isolation period youth event. So once again, multiple options to give online, or also you can always write a check and earmark it for youth ministry and drop it off at the church on Sundays, Mondays, or Thursdays during our drive-through hours. Okay, enough business there. Now, our next segment, I really struggled with how to describe it. I will put it to you this way. It is one part history, one part educational lesson, and one part an illustration of the fact that sometimes our staff have a little bit too much time on their hands. You'll see what I mean.
So I thought as we were putting together this talent show that some of you guys have never experienced what it feels like to be in a van full of teenagers. So I got with some people and we thought, let's do a montage of different things that have happened in the church van. So what you're about to see and experience are just a few things that have happened in a church van.
So, back in the early days of when I first started working with kids, there was absolutely one critical issue that would have accompanied any trip that you went to. And that was simply what we listened to on the radio. Of course, it was, everybody listened to the same thing. Nobody had personal music devices. So it was all about the radio station. And this is some of what it was like in a van.
I can't hear it. Can you be louder?
Okay, louder? Okay, yeah. What? Okay. I'll change the channel. Sorry. What?
I don't like that one.
You don't like it? Okay, let me
We need
try.
a different station.
Okay. 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 Other fun things. One of the things kids always liked was when you came to a stoplight, was what we used to call the Chinese fire drill. I'm not sure that's even appropriate anymore, but it looked something like this. Chinese fire drill! Hurry!
All right, everybody here? You good? Everybody good? All right, that's the last stop. Next stop is church. Here we go.
25 minutes later.
All right, we're all here. We're home. Hey, what happened to Pastor Well?
The last time I saw him, we were at the rest stop in Oregon.
Oh, we gotta go get him.
So through the years, there's a lot of things you'd hear inside a church van, but there's one sound that always that filled every youth pastor, youth director with a great fear. One sound that you never wanted to hear. Our contemporary day has brought definitely some innovations that have come through technology, and there have been some blessings in terms of traveling in a church van with a group full of kids. Here's one of them. You hear that sound? That's what church vans sound like now, full of kids. Nobody talking. Everybody on their own phone. It's beautiful, isn't it?
That was the shortest vehicle fire drill I have ever seen. You all have a lot of work to do. Oh my gosh. All right, so here's the deal. We think that the next video that we have may have been sent to us in error. It is our understanding that the management team at Tracy Perry's weekday job had requested proof that he actually was still working while he was at home. So apparently Tracy made a video to demonstrate the fact that he was in fact keeping all the balls up in the air and he was doing his job, but that video came to us instead of to his office. But don't worry, Tracy, we got you covered. After it airs tonight, we're going to send it right to your boss. All right? Cool. Roll video. So fun, right? Although, doesn't he come across as kind of a serious juggler? See, that's why I'm pretty sure it was intended for his boss. Yeah. Okay, all right. It's the next opportunity for viewer participation. All right. If you've been sitting, but you're able, I want you to stand up. All right. It's time to stretch your legs, get some exercise in. That's right. We're going to bust out the dance moves, and we're going to be led by young Cameron Rice. Take it away, Cameron.
I won't never sell my soul, and I can take that. And I really wanna know when you where I was at that, where the stack at. Cruise the city in a bulletproof Cadillac, cause I know they tell me where the bag at. Got them better seen double C's I bought. Got it there looking like a little shit mother. I got the pink slip up my whip, keyless. Copping on my body, get the key to the city. Patty, light up the city. Forget how to coop at the lot. 12, SWAT, busting out the play out the coop at the lot. 12, SWAT, busting out the bells out the box.
Is that not the cutest? Quarantine has not slowed him down. In fact, that energy level might rival Kristen Multeen's. Perhaps. So, unfortunately, we had no choice but to follow that great performance. Big shout out to our youngest performer of the evening, Cameron Rice. We had no choice but to follow that with yet another installment of a musical rendition by the pastor who is obviously trying to change his career.
Well, hi again. You know, it's a question that people have come to me with, and I think many of the great songwriters have been asked the same question. Where does the inspiration come from? Where do these songs come from? And, you know, I can only say it's probably a little bit of a divine inspiration is at work. This next song, you know, I went from the wolf to the porcupine. One day I was talking then with Thelma, and she mentioned to me that she'd been working in the garden, and she said, there are so many worms this year. I've never seen this many worms. It got me thinking about the earthworm. You know, I try always to make a sort of a God connection with each of these songs and each of these animals. Earthworms are important. We don't think of them that way, but they're working the ground. They're turning the ground and making it more fertile. They aerate the earth. The verse I used this week came from John 5:17. Jesus said to them, "My Father is always out at his work to this very day, and I am working too." The triune God are working on our behalf all the time, whether we know it or not. So I got thinking about earthworms. You know, I have read that Handel wrote his great Messiah oratorio in the course of less than 2 weeks. You know, how amazing was that? Well, it will shock you then to hear that the earthworm song was written in the matter of about 5 minutes. And 2 words brought this song, gave birth to this song. 2 words. They came to me. I believe these words were divinely inspired. The words were squiggly and wiggly. They're squiggly and wiggly, and they're all around, but we hardly ever see them because they live in the ground. They're slimy if you touch them, which I don't like to do, but earthworms are great, and the Lord made them too. They work all day long, turning over the ground, all day and all night, though they're hardly ever found. If they didn't do it, the dirt wouldn't work. So thank God for earthworms wherever they lurk. They're squiggly and wiggly, and they're all around, but we hardly ever see them because they live underground. They're slimy if you touch them, which I don't like to do. But earthworms are great, and the Lord made them too. Very simply, the earthworm.
Well, after that, whatever that was, aren't you ready for something a little more sophisticated? Something that has a little bit more, shall we say, talent? Well then, you are in luck. Please, join me, sit back, relax. What a treat we have here. The Peterson Duo on strings. Thank you, Robin and Chris. We needed that. We really needed that. After earthworms and porcupines and such, that was a treat. Really appreciate it. So, yes, we are all so tired of the pandemic. You know, what if we have a lot of musical talent here at Christ Lutheran? What if we had a big virtual remote jam session and we all sang along to the next song? And trust me, you'll catch on to it. So why don't you follow along? Maybe we could just wish this away. Take it away, Danny and Tracy.
Everybody stay at home, stay at home. When will you be gone? Oh, bye, Corona. Ooh, make that water run. water run. Everybody wash your hands by Corona. Are you gonna stop? Give it up. No more dirty hands. Always stay at home. 6 feet away all the time. Achoo! Bye, Corona. Don't come any closer, huh? Oh, will you, huh? Now it's time to shop online. Corona. Always stay 6 feet away. Every day, spreading all your grody germs by Corona. Are you gonna stop? Give it up. No more dirty hands. Always stay at home. 6 feet away all the time. Achoo! Bye, Corona. All the toilet paper's gone for everyone. Now it's time to restock by Corona. Is it part of history? History? Or is it just another flu by Corona? Are you gonna stop? Give it up. No more dirty hands. Always stay at home. 6 feet away all the time. Achoo! Bye, Corona. Achoo! Bye, Corona. Bye, Corona. Bye, Corona. Bye, Corona.
Thank you so much, Danny and Tracy Perry, for leading us in that fantastic tune. What? Oh, hey, this just in. Check this out. I have it on good authority. I have a report here that there are airmen in Kuwait who are singing along to that tune. This talent show truly is a worldwide phenomenon. Awesome. Okay, so here's a question that many of us have been asking ourselves, and if you haven't yet, you really should. And that is, what have I been doing with all of this time at home? Well, here's Mac Hansen showing a few things that he's been learning and doing while at home. Roll video. Well, as you can see, there's been a bit of a juggling theme in the show tonight, which is pretty cool. Now, I might be a little bit biased myself, but I'm going to put in a quick plug here. I'm thinking we're going to start like a juggling club here at Christ Lutheran Church. You know you want to join, come on. And if you come on board soon, you can help me name it. Because right now, I'm just kind of stuck on Jugglers for Jesus. It works, but I'm sure there's going to be some other creative ideas, all right? Well, it's a lot of fun. Okay, everyone. So it's tough. There's so much talent at Christ Lutheran Church, but we're getting really close to the end of our show this evening, and it's always hard to know how to close things out. So we're going to start with this, which is a really class act way to do it, by Ethan Olmsted.
I'm Ethan Olmsted, and I will be performing taps.
Thank you, Ethan. That was fantastic. So I'm just looking at my list here, my notes, and I'm realizing that there's one final act to end us on an interesting note. Trust me, folks, I tried to cut this one, but the decision is above my pay grade. So now, I'm so sorry. For his audition piece to be the next educational performer at the Metro Parks Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium, Pastor Ralph once again.
Well, hello again. After the phenomenal success of those three previous pieces that you heard, I felt like artistically I was getting stuck in a particular music genre. The guitar worked well for the wolf, the porcupine, the earthworm, but I needed a new animal. I needed a new sound. And the new animal became very clear to me. It was going to be the muskox, a creature that lives up north in Alaska, Canada, Greenland, Russia. This is a prehistoric creature almost. They were around when the woolly mammoths were running around North America. Muskox were around. I also needed a new sound. A new jam, as we singer-songwriters like to say, and it became clear to me that a muskox, if I think muskox, I'm thinking rap. This is an animal just made for a rap tune. So let me just get ready for this now. Got to get myself in the right place for the what I like to call the muskox rap. Oh yeah, now, come on now. Yo, yo, yeah, yeah, what's that over there? It's real big, like a little truck, but if you run you over, well, good luck. It's muskox, friend, they live up north. Snow, wind, and cold, they still go forth. But the coolest thing they like to do is they circle when there's trouble. What comes to mind are two. Wolves and bear come looking for a treat. A little muskox would be good to eat. But the big muskox, they got a plan. They put the young'uns in the middle and they take their stand. They put their heads down and they say, come and get 'em. Smart wolf or bear walk away and say, well, let 'em. A muskox circle is a thing to behold. Sticking together is what makes them bold. Maybe God says to us, learn a good lesson. The muskox is your teacher, don't thank God and bless him. Yo, yo, yeah, yeah. What's that over there? It's real big like a little truck. It's a muskox, friend. Oh, yeah.
Well, folks, here's the deal. I'm an optimist. I look for the positive signs. There is a ray of hope in all of this. I have it on good authority that Thelma will be beatboxing during the next Calms rap. You don't believe me? Oh, no, you need to trust me. Just ask her. So that's the positive note I want to end on. Well, everyone, we've come to the conclusion of tonight's Christ Lutheran's Got Talent virtual talent show. It's been a wonderful evening. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves and all the wonderful talent. Well, And even those things that may not really qualify as talent, at least it's been fun, right? It's been a distraction. Yeah. And remember, this is all in support of the youth ministry here at Christ Lutheran. And so once again, if you're interested and able to support a big bash that the staff are planning for the youth once this whole self-isolation period is over, please feel free to give. Lots of options online, as you can see on the screen, and also in person by dropping off a check during our drive-through hours. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a great evening. I'm going to invite up our youth director, Matthew Fulcher, to say a couple final words.
So thank you so much for joining us. For some of you who need counseling for what you saw, you go ahead and call Lindy. Her number's in the directory. She'll love to have your phone calls. But in all fairness and honesty, thank you so much. Thank you for those who have sent in your videos. It's been a blast. Jeff, thank you so much.
It's been a great time. It's been a good time, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening. God bless.
See ya.